Great day, everyone. Welcome to a terrific day with Miss Shar. I hope you've had a good night's sleep and ready for another day of learning. Let me read our learning targets for today. I can describe the main function and identify the causes and treatment of diseases of the heart. We can practice habits to maintain a healthy heart. Let's look at the picture. Let us compare your heart and the house. When describing the heart, think of a house. Yes, the heart is a complex muscular organ that pumps blood filled with oxygen and nutrients to the body. But a simple analogy can explain its structure and the special care it needs and help you understanding your heart. Your heart is like a house. The human heart is amazing. In a few different ways, the heart is like a house because home is where the heart is. We see and hear about hearts everywhere. A long time ago, people even thought that their emotion came from their hearts. Maybe because the heart beats faster when a person is scared or excited. Now, we know that emotions comes from the brain, and in this case, the brain tells the heart to speed up. So what's the heart up to then? How does it keep busy? What does it look like? Let's find out. Let's learn about the amazing facts about the human heart. 1. The heart is about the same size as your fist. That's right, it is the same size as your fist. An adult heart pumps 7,500 liters of blood daily. The heart beats on average 70 times per minute, 4,200 beats per hour, 100,000 beats per day, 365 million beats per year, 30 billion beats in an average lifetime of 80 years. The human heart. The main function of the human heart is to pump blood through the blood vessels by repeated rhythmic contractions. The heart is an involuntary muscle. The human heart averages 100,000 beats daily. With each beat, your heart fills with blood. Then it contracts to pump the blood through the body. The heart is the most important muscle in the body. You cannot live without a heart. The heart is really a pump or two pumps in one. The right side receives blood from the body and pumps it to the lungs. The left side does the opposite. It receives blood from the lungs and pumps it around the body. The human heart is a hollow muscular organ located in the chest cavity between the lungs. Your heart is really a muscle. It is located a little to the left of the middle of your chest, and it's about the size of your fist. There are lots of muscles all over your body, in your arms, in your legs, in your back, even in your behind. But the heart muscle is special because of what it does. The heart sends blood around your body. The blood provides your body with the oxygen and nutrients it needs. It also carries away waste. Let's talk about the different parts of the human heart. We have the superior vena cava, aorta, we have the right atrium, left atrium. We have right ventricle and left ventricle. The superior vena cava or SVC is the major veins of the body. This is a large valveless vein that conveys venous blood from the upper half of the body and returns it to the right atrium. The next one is the aorta, or major artery of the body. The aorta is the main artery that carries blood away from your heart to the rest of your body. The blood leaves the heart through the aortic valve. Then it travels through the aorta, making a cane-shaped curve that allows other major arteries to deliver oxygen-rich blood to the brain, muscles, and other cells. The heart is made up of 4 different blood-filled areas, and each of these areas is called a chamber. So, chambers of human heart. There are 2 chambers on each side of the heart. One chamber is on the top and one chamber is on the bottom. The 2 chambers on top are called the atria. If you're talking about one, it's called atrium. The atria are the chambers that filled with the blood returning to the heart from the body and lungs. The heart has a left atrium and a right atrium. So it receives blood returning to the heart from the body. The 2 chambers on the bottom are called the ventricles. The heart has a left ventricle and the right ventricle. Their job is to squirt out the blood to the body and lungs. So it pumps blood from the heart to the body. The atria and ventricles work as a team. The atria filled with blood, then dump it into the ventricles. The ventricles then squeeze, pumping blood out of the heart. While the ventricles are squeezing, the atria refill and get ready for the next contraction. Running down the middle of the heart is a thick wall of muscles called the septum. The septum's job is to separate the left side and the right side of the heart. So, when the blood gets pumped, how does it know which way to go? Well, your blood relies on 4 special valves inside the heart. A valve lets something in and keeps it there by closing. Think of walking through a door. The door shuts behind you and keeps you from going backward. 2 of the heart valves are the mitral valve and the tricuspid valve. They let blood flow from the atria to the ventricles. The other 2 are called the aortic valve and pulmonary valve, and they are in charge of controlling the flow as the blood leaves the heart. These valves all work to keep the blood flowing forward. They open up to let the blood move ahead, then they close quickly to keep the blood from flowing backwards, just like the door in our house. Keep something in and keep something out. Heart wall. The heart wall consists of 3 layers: the endocardium, myocardium, and epicardium. The epicardium is the outer layer of the heart. The pericardium is the double-walled sac containing the heart and the roots of the great vessels. Pericardium is a fluid-filled sac that surrounds the blood that needs to circulate in order to take in oxygen and take out carbon dioxide. The next part is the myocardium. This is the muscular middle layer wall of the heart. And we have endocardium. This is the inner layer of the heart that is continuous with the inner lining of blood vessels. You want to know how to hear your heart beat? Listen to your heart. So doctors use various methods to check your heart. The stethoscope is commonly used to hear your heartbeat. The sphygmomanometer measures your blood pressure that your heart exerts with each contraction of the ventricles. When you go for a checkup, your doctor uses a stethoscope to listen carefully to your heart. A healthy heart makes a lub-dub sound, lub-dub, lub-dub, with each beat. This sound comes from the valves shutting on the blood inside the heart, and we call it as diastole and systole. The first sound, the lub, happens when the mitral and tricuspid valves close. So this is the systole phase, lub. The ventricle contract, sending blood to the rest of the body. The next sound, the dub, happens when the aortic and pulmonary valve close after the blood has been squeezed out of the heart. The atria and ventricle are relaxed and blood flows into the atria and ventricle. So next time you go to the doctor, ask if you can listen to the lub-dub sound. Lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. Just as you would call a skilled expert, such as plumber, electrician, or carpenter, to make home repairs, you would seek a heart specialist for your heart care. So how will you know if your heart needs repair? What conditions and disorder affect your heart? Heart attack. When a blood flow to your heart muscle is reduced or blocked, it can lead to angina, which is chest pain. Eventually, an area of light can rupture, causing a blood clot to form on the surface of the plate. If the clot becomes large enough, it can mostly or completely block the flow of oxygen-rich blood to part of the heart muscle. If this happens, a heart attack occurs. If the blockage is not treated quickly, the heart muscle will begin to die and will be replaced by scar tissue. So heart attack occurs when blood flow to a section of heart muscles becomes blocked, most often the result of coronary artery disease. Heart failure, or it's like there is something wrong with your heart. If you feel shortness of breath, fatigue, or there is edema or swelling in your heart. We have congenital heart disease, abnormality present at birth, which might have affected the fetus as it developed in the uterus of its mother's womb. Viral infections, excessive medications, chemicals, and alcohol may be some of the causes of congenital heart disease. Treatment depends on the specific defect of the child. These include prescribing medications, regular check-ups, supervised physical exercise, and surgery if needed. Congestive heart failure is a condition most common to older people. It occurs when the heart can no longer pump blood to the rest of the body parts. Heart attack, high blood pressure, diabetes, coronary artery disease, cancer treatments, and other health-related issues may cause this kind of condition. Lifestyle adjustments like low salt diet and high fluid intake. Wearing of special elastic stockings to reduce swelling of the legs caused by fluid retention. Appropriate weight loss program. Prescribed medications and doctor's supervision may help a lot in treating congestive heart failure. Angina or chest pain. This is a condition that often causes pain or tightness in the chest area, creating a sort of squeezing sensation that is sometimes accompanied by indigestion. The discomfort can also occur in your shoulders, arms, neck, jaw, or back. Smoking, getting high amount of certain fats and cholesterol in the blood, high blood pressure, and high amount of sugar in the blood are some of the main causes of having an angina. Prescribed medications are lifestyle changes that include a healthful diet, quitting smoking, having a safe exercise plan, avoiding stressful activities, and undergoing operations such as angioplasty, stenting, or insertion of a tiny balloon in the narrowed artery through a catheter in the groin to keep the artery open. Rheumatic heart disease. This is a condition caused by one or more attacks of rheumatic fever, which usually occurs in childhood caused by an infection that weakens the heart muscle and damaging the sac and the valves. Regular consultation with the doctor, taking of prescribed medications, and surgery, if needed, may be done as treatment. High blood pressure or hypertension. A condition that results due to excessive force of blood being pumped through the blood vessels. It may cause stroke, heart failure, and renal disease. To prevent high blood pressure, everyone should be encouraged to make lifestyle modifications, such as maintaining a healthier diet, quitting smoking, and getting more physical exercise. So how can you keep your heart healthy? Just like a house may need repairs, a heart may too. So keep your heart in shape. Be sure to get an annual physical exam from your primary care physician and see a general cardiologist. If you're worried about a family history of heart disease or other possible signs of heart trouble. Your pulse. It's my pulse. So even though your heart is inside you, there is a cool way to know it's working from the outside. It's your pulse. You can find your pulse by lightly pressing on the skin anywhere there's a large artery running just beneath your skin. Two good places to find it are on the side of your neck and the inside of your wrist, just below the thumb. You'll know that you've found your pulse when you can feel a small beat under your skin. Each beat is caused by the contraction or squeezing of your heart. If you want to find out what your heart rate is, use a watch with the second hand and count how many beats you feel in 1 minute. When you are resting, you will probably feel between 70 and 100 beats per minute. When you run around a lot, your body needs a lot more oxygen-filled blood. So your heart pumps faster to supply the oxygen-filled blood that your body needs. You may even feel your heart pounding in your chest. Try running in place or jumping rope for a few minutes and taking your pulse again. Now, How many beats do you count in 1 minute? Keep your heart happy. You can lower heart disease risk. Most kids are born with a healthy heart, and it's important to keep yours in good shape. Here are some things that you can do to help your heart happy. Begin today. Make changes one step at a time. So you're still a child, don't smoke. Okay? If you know someone who are a smoker, ask them to check their healthcare provider for help in quitting. Be physically active. 2 hours and 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity each week. So you can check on YouTube what are the exercises that you can do that is good for your heart. Add strength training, so 2 to 3 times a week. So you do this every day. From moderate to average. The heart is very important and is therefore carefully protected. King Solomon says it is the wellspring of life. In other words, it is the source of everything else in your life. So let's learn how to guard our heart. From what? From jealousy, from bad thoughts, from lies, from laziness, from bad language. Yan. Your heart overflows into thoughts, words, and actions. If your heart is unhealthy, it has an impact on everything else. It threatens your family, your friends, your ministry, your career, and indeed your legacy. So what are the things that you need to let inside your heart? Purity, peace, truth, justice, honesty, patience, love. So above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23. When God is in the heart, then we think right, live right, and do right. The human heart is finely tuned instrument that serves the whole body. It is a muscular organ around the size of a closed fist, and it sits in the chest slightly to the left of the center. The heart beats around 100 times a day, pumping approximately 8 pints of blood throughout the body 24/7. This delivers oxygen and nutrients-rich blood to tissues and organs and carries away waste. So it is important that we take care of our heart. So that's it for today. Another scientific day with Miss Shara. Stay happy. Thank you and stay safe. Love you guys. Bye-bye.